What have you noticed about Miami and film study?
You say it one more time?
What have you noticed about Miami and film study?
They're a very, very physical team. They have a lot of speed. They're very disciplined. They have a lot of boys who you can tell they love football there. They train hard. They practice hard. They watch film just as hard, too. So, we're really going to have to be on our A game, play our best football, not beat ourselves to get after them.
MJ, after the Duke game, you were talking about how during the bye week you'd come in, you'd stay till midnight, you'd watch as much film, practice as much as you need to get better.
Yes, sir.
What was the response from your teammates to that, and what was that extra work like during the bye week?
Yeah, the extra work was hard. Like, we were there. Like I said, we were there all day. I mean, of course, we got those days off by where you got to rest your body, rest your mind, get a little bit away from football. But when we was working like we was about to play in the national championship or something. So there was no minutes off, no hours off. We were just steady grinding, watching film just as much as we're on the field, so that can translate, so we can be ready for next week like we played against Clemson.
This has not been an easy season for the team, especially on offense. For you, what does mental toughness look like?
Mental toughness is everything in football. I mean, people talk about physical toughness, but if you don't got mental toughness, then you might as well not even be in this sport, because once you break down mentally, it's over for you. So, like, just us staying together as a team is what really builds our mental confidence and mental toughness, knowing that it only matters about us inside this room and not anybody else, not what their opinions say about us. So, some people's opinions we might not like, but it doesn't matter to us. We got to stay true to ourselves and keep fighting day by day.
Putting in the extra work over the bye week and seeing it pay off against Clemson, how much does that motivate y'all to keep up that work ethic and going and get another one against Miami?
Yes, sir. That motivates us a lot. It motivates us that, we put in a lot of work last week. Got to put in even more this week, and then put even more in the next week. Just keep stacking those days and the work, and we know it's going to pay off if we just keep doing our thing, keep doing what our coaches do, keep bonding as brothers and staying true to ourselves and staying together.
Prime time Saturday night in Carter Finley. It's pretty excited about that too, I imagine.
Yes, sir. Really excited about it. Always excited to play at night in Carter Finley. It gets lit over there, so always ready for that one.
Teams are blitzing you a lot this season. Is that something you kind of take personally? Like, all right, if you're going to give me these one-on-one matchups, like, is that something you get excited about?
Yeah, I do get excited, but I know I got to be a little more consistent with my deep ball. I know sometimes I might throw it a little short. But but they're gonna keep giving one-on-ones. That's why I was working outside. I was a little late here. I was working outside again. We're gonna be more accurate, be more consistent, getting the ball out of my hand quicker since they're starting to blitz a lot more. So just stuff I can be ready for when it shows up on film. I see it on the field. It relates to the game. I'm just ready for it.
As a quarterback, and I don't know if you ever do this, but Ruben Bain, who's number 44, is very consistent about putting pressure. Do you kind of are cognizant of when you go to the line of scrimmage where a defensive end is or a certain player is, just because they're known?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So the first day when we get the scouting report, I take a good note on who plays each position and where they play. So like free safety, I know where he's going to be. Of course, it's going to help me with coverages, but of course I know if 44 on this side, he's a great pass rusher. That I could be getting some pressure from this side. So it is definitely awareness of where people are on the field at all times.
Does the postseason implications in the next several weeks, does that provide any extra motivation at all?
We're just going to take it day by day, game by game. We're only focused, like Coach Doran said, 1-0 each week. That's all we're focused on, trying to be our best that week and we can't win a championship or anything in one week. We can't get the best season in 1 week. So as long as we play our best each day, then it's going to keep on stacking and get the results we want.
Do you feed off of, do you and the team feed off of Dave's energy when he does some of the things that he does?
Yes, sir.
And comments that he makes.
Yeah.
How much does the energy rise when he is active like that?
Yeah, no, we most definitely do, because he's the leader of all this. So his energy fires us up, and our energy fires him up. So it's like a mutual relationship. But he definitely does get us going before the games, after the games, even in team meetings. He gets us going. First thing he does, he comes there and asks us how we're doing. We say we feel great. And he just gets us going, make sure we're okay, make sure we're alive, and get ready to attack the day.
You had 2 completions to Keon against Clemson. It felt like both of them were huge moments.
Yes,
what is it about Keon that makes you look for him in those third and long important downs?
Yeah, you can always trust Keon to be in the spot where he's supposed to be. You can always trust him to make the play when he's supposed to make it. So like me just knowing on that play, I think it was 3rd and 9, I want to say, where we were backed up a little bit. I went through my progression, and the D lineman actually got in my face. I didn't even see Keon, but I trusted him. I knew where he was going to be because I thrown him in that spot so much. and then I see him, I went like that, and he caught it. I was like, that's my boy right there. That's like I said, I always trust on him. He always trusts on me to get the ball where it's supposed to be.
I don't know how much you practice the first handful of plays in a game, but when you see that first play with KC that rips off 50 yards, and you see how perfectly executed the touchdown play was, where he's completely wide open, you know, how exciting is that as the quarterback, just to see what the offense looks like when 11 people are doing the same job.
Yeah, it is definitely exciting, and that's really what we strive for, what we try to do every single play. You know, every play is not going to be perfect. The defense might get you in a couple plays, but our goal is to have 11 men do their specific job on each play, so it all comes into one. So like that drive, like you said, it was almost perfect. 50-yard run and touchdown wide open on almost the next play. So we try to get that each drive. Sometimes that happens, but that's what we strive for.